Hello students, welcome once again to our math class. Today, what is our objective? In our class today, our focus will be on practicing on some examples. Whatever we learn or discuss, we want to practice more examples so as to ensure that whatever we are learning stays with us. Also, to gain deep understanding on whatever we are discussing. So, I would want us to take a look at some questions that will help us or that will help you to practice more. So, we have one question which is on the board. The question is giving us 1 divided by square root of x plus square root of 5 plus square root of 2. 1 divided by square root of 5 plus square root of 2. And it's saying that x is equal to that expression. So, you first of all rationalize the expression. Then after that, you find the value of x. Right? Okay. So, it's the same thing that we did in the previous lesson. So you rationalize the expression, and the answer that you get, that will be the value of x. Do you get it? I'm saying that with the question on the board, what do? First of all, you remember that in the previous lesson we learned how to rationalize a set of this form. So after you are done rationalizing it, the answer that you get is going to be the value of x. So we want to see how it's done again. So we have 1 divided by square root of 5 plus square root of 2. Let me ask you, what is the first thing that you do? What is the first thing that you do? Kindly try. Yes. You are very right. The first thing to do is to find the conjugate. The conjugate said. Why? Why is it important to find the conjugate said? Yes. It's because we have two expressions as our denominator. And you remember in the previous lesson, we said that when you have two expressions like that as the denominator, the first thing we do is to find the conjugate. Then after that, what do? We multiply the conjugate by the numerator and the denominator. That's exactly what we do. So, with a question on the board, let's try to see if we can do what is on the board. So our solution is going to be of the form 1 divided by square root of 5 plus square root of 2. Now, we know that with the denominator, we have, yes, square root of 5 plus square root of 2. Let's write that and see. Square root of 5 plus square root of 2. Now, please try finding the conjugate set of square root of 5 plus square root of 2, and let's see. On your own, try finding it. The conjugate set. Perfect. So your answer is right. The conjugate set will be square root of 5 minus square root of 2. Yes, that's the answer. So we are going to have square root of 5 minus square root of 2 as our conjugate said. So this is right. Now what do we do with this? What do we do with the conjugate said? Yes, we multiply it by the numerator and by the denominator. Right? Okay, so let's try that. So we are going to end up having square root of 5 minus square root of 2 divided by square root of 5 minus square root of 2. But sometimes most students forget. They forget to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. Instead, maybe they might multiply it only by the numerator and forget to multiply by the denominator as well. This is wrong. So this particular way of doing it is wrong. So we are saying that the right way is to multiply by the numerator and by the denominator again. So we multiply the numerator and the denominator not by the same said as the one in the denominator, but by the conjugate, the opposite, right? Okay. So now we can multiply. So let's go ahead. So we are going to have 1 minus square root of 5 minus square root of 2 divided by square root of 5 plus square root of 2 multiply square root of 5 minus square root of 2. Now you can see that 1 is multiplying the bracket square root of 5 minus square root of 2. Yes. So 1 would multiply square root of 5 and the answer will give us square root of 5. So let's write that. Square root of 5. And then 1 again will multiply minus square root of 2. And the answer will give us, yes, minus square root of 2. Then, please, again, with this particular side, you should be very careful, because if you mistakenly forget to bring the negative sign, then your answer will be wrong. You must always remember that when multiplying, you should be careful with the positive and then the negative signs. So that is something you should take note of. All right. Okay. So let's continue. So we have square root of 5 multiplying square root of 5. But you know they are the same. So we will have it as square root of 5 to the power 2. So we are going to have square root of 5 to the power 2. Then again, square root of 5 will multiply the other expression, which is minus square root of 2. And then remember that the number outside the square root sign, they will multiply themselves. So we have 1 for the first one and a negative 1 for the second one. So we are going to in effect have negative 1. Then inside the square root sign, we have 5 and 2. And they multiply, and then the answer we get is 10. So we are going to in effect have negative square root of 10. Now, with square root of 2 multiplying square root of 5, you can see that again the number outside the square root sign is 1 for the first one, and it's multiplying the other one. So we are safe with that one. Then we have the number inside the square root sign, 2 and 5 multiplying, and then we get 10. So the answer we are going to get is positive 10 because the numbers there are all positive. So we are going to get positive square root of 10. Now we are going to also multiply square root of 2 minus square root of 2. And then we are going to have minus square root of 2 all to the power 2. Now we know that the powers will cancel the square root signs. So let's do that. And then we are going to have square root of 5 minus square root of 2 all divided. Now that the square root signs are off, we are going to have 5 and minus 2. And at the same time, look, minus square root of 10 plus square root of 10 will cancel each other out. And the answer will give us 0. So we are going to have 5 minus 0 minus 2. Yeah, so we are on the right track. So we continue, and then we have square root of 5 minus square root of 2. Then 5 minus 2 will give us, try doing this subtraction. Yes, 5 minus 2 will give us positive 3. So we are going to have 3. Now you can see that the square root sign is off and we are left with a number as a denominator, meaning we've been able to rationalize successfully. Now the question is saying the value of x is equal to square root of 5 minus square root of 2 all divided by 3. So the value of x is square root of 5 minus square root of 2 divided by 3. And the question is saying find the value of x. So that means that you punch the expression on the board on your calculator, get the answer, and that will be the value of x. So try punching it on your calculator and let's see. Try punching the expression and let's see your answer. Yes, the answer will be 0.274. 0.274. So x is going to be equal to 0.274. So the question tricked us a little, saying we should find the value of x. So maybe you might think the value of x is the rationalized expression, square root of 5 minus square root of 2 over 3. But then it requires you to go ahead, find the final answer, punch on your calculator, and then that will be the value of x. So that is how to deal with questions of this form. I know you are trying and you are following the lessons very well, and that is very remarkable. So continue practicing on your own individually at home. And I wish to meet you in another lesson. So always don't forget to like and then subscribe to the video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I'll sign off now and then I'll meet you in the next class.